we're going to do is make sure that our pupils have their hips strapped, their feet open wide. Before we do anything, we open up the spine. So, very simple, quite logical in my then humble opinion. We want to open up the spine and then strengthen around it. So if we have a contracted spine and we strengthen around it, we're going to reinforce a contraction or injury. If we open up the spine, then everything we do from there is going to allow there to be a new calibration. So let's go ahead and grab from the leg loop with both hands. So one way you know that you're not cheating is just let yourself sway a little bit from side to side. Front and back. Up and down and all around. Alright, yeah, thanks. You're like, no, you can still do it in cheat. Take your pubic bone and turn it down towards the earth. Yeah. Even if it feels like a weird, ducky position at first, it's going to deepen in the hip flexors and then you can relax the pelvis. So it looks really good. Much better. Okay. Engage. Walk the foot in. Left side. Right foot turns out. Go ahead and pull down at the same time. It's going to be tough for people who don't have open hips, so we have to help them by bringing the leg loops down and transition to the knee. And we float. So that's why we don't want to ever do this while we're standing. So we're going to start to kind of topple over. Second side, hug, lift, foot, slide it on up. Yes. Nice. I often help people get in and out of the leg loops. It's totally okay for the first couple of times if they're a little older or have an injury or something. Yay! More playtime. So go ahead and create a little bit more swag. So push one knee down and then the other knee down. And then yourself. So enjoy the sensation of floating. So heart is reaching up towards the sky. Head is leaning back. Hips are going to drop down towards the earth so you get this nice long traction through the flex of the belly button. Beautiful, guys. Really nice. Okay. The first thing we do when we get into relaxing pose is we come into a version of the floating pigeon. So in pigeon, we're going to take the right knee, we're going to bend it, hook the foot on the inside of the leg loop. So we drop the hips. Notice you can just lift the heart slightly, and this helps. You can still drop the hips. Okay. So get that play there between those two. Roll the ankle around. This is called wag the tail. Please wag the tail a little bit. Notice how that changes the hips, right? Wagging the tail. No tail? Every time we go to bed, I can't put my pants on. Awesome. Okay. Practice using the chillaxing arms if somebody really needs a break. And then practice coming and hugging in. Oh, yeah. That's a really nice one, yeah. So even though we're rounding in, do you see how it takes pressure off the underarms? Is that weird? It's a nice break. So it's counterintuitive. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, we're going to keep it around the swing, and then reach diagonally. No, go back to the outside. Yeah. So if we get confused, they're going to get confused. So many options. Okay, so we can drop the hips, and that's fine. I like resting my head. But try lifting the hips slightly so you can pour the right side of the ribcage towards the ground and create a twist. Pull and twist. Yeah. Now, this is kind of like a side tree, right? Similar. And then if we wanted to do like a flying ninja version, you can extend the arms and legs. Beautiful. Nice, guys. Feels so good, yeah? Pull back down. We're just going to use our momentum to come on out. So release that foot. Sway it on to the other side, and then go out there. Wag the tail. So a lot of times we're stretching all the connective tissue just by hanging out. Looks like we're not doing much, but it's really helpful on the body. So Let's go ahead and practice Chalasana. Keep the hips low, right open. And then let's go ahead and practice wrapping around like a floating child's and floating in. So good. Around the back here. Inhale, come on and release to a T. So in T, we're straight up and down. So you guys are coming into star, which is great. I like it. We're going to come to a T. We're going to keep our right hand. Wrap around the swing, diagonal. Find the left leg loop. Rest your head. So you got those. So we want to thread through that spot, Deborah. Yeah. And then go diagonal. And a lot of people get confused. We're going to hold up kind of high so we can pull. So let's do the side tree version, right? So we just kind of like rest. This is a really nice restorative. We're focusing on restorative today. And then if you want to extend, reach with the toes, with the hand, and then our gaze is towards our fingertips. Drop your hips, pull with your hand. Yeah. Nice. Hold difference? Yeah. Woo! Such a big stretch. That's so awesome. Come back in. Good. So we create a little sway, get the leg out, and just cut. Whenever we want to neutralize the spine, we come back to chillaxing. Nice. Oh. Good. Inhale, open up for T. Slow it down. I'll wait for you guys. Slow your swag. Exhale, come and wrap around for a floating child's. So in the floating child's pose, you're going to drop your head, round your back. My feet naturally just kind of like to cross over from another, but go ahead and find whatever position feels good for you. The more relaxed, the better. And then inhale, blossom for star. So long arms, long legs. See if you can keep the hips heavy even more. Yeah, and then let the heart blossom. Otherwise, what you do is you actually accentuate the rib cage, and the kidneys get pinched, the adrenals. So try to keep the heart initiated in the back bend. And then go ahead and squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together into prayer. So it's a round swing. And then push the hips up towards the sky and lean back. The first one is stay. So I like doing like a little bit of bang from side to side, like a fishtail. When I'm inverted down the stage, just kind of happens naturally. This might be a little too much for the low back. Just see if it feels good, just tiny micro movements. And then come back to neutral. You're going to exhale and drop the hips. Inhale, open the arms, come back to the T. Bend the knees. Inhale in here. Exhale, go ahead and squeeze for child's. We're going to repeat that a couple times. Imprinting, right? Inhale, blossom for star. Expand the arms and legs. Really nice. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together, bend the elbows to come into prayer. Hook strongly with the forearms. So keep the thumbs at the chest. Push the hips up towards the sky. Lean back, reverse namaste. Exhale, sink the hips down. Inhale, start to open up the arms. Straight up and down for the T. Inhale here. Exhale, come into the child's. For the child's pose, somebody might want to stay here and just rest. If they're ready to move on, start. Open up with that gesture of receptivity. Let the hands be an extension of the heart. Palms up. Flex the fingers back. Do a little jazz hands here. Jazz hands feels good. And squeeze the legs together. Inhale. Hands together, prayer. Go ahead and push your hips up towards the sky, and then exhale, lean it back. Nice stretch through the front of the spine, opening up the neck in front of the shoulders. Let's go ahead and inhale up for the swing. Reach up for the swing, go into ladle, keep the legs squeezing. Slowly drop the weight into the upper body so the swing will slide into the lower back. Once you get the swing into the sweet spot, there is a sweet spot. Swing the arms down, palms up. So from the fingertips to the toes, long line of energy. Squeeze the hands together, squeeze the feet together. With a radial. Beautiful guys. So legs together, kind of. Palms up towards the sky, straight out. Beautiful. All right, so that's wiggle. It's a good position. Inhale, reach up and grab for the swing. Exhale, slowly drop the hips. Pivot. Hips down, head up. Find the pivot point. Woo! Changing planes of existence. We're starting to learn the pivot points in the body and how we can quickly change the chemistry by like spinning, like centrifuge. We start spinning the energy. We're actually spinning the electrons in the body. And it does that lawnmower thing of like activating the cells. We're going to continue on from there into our belly. We're going to take our time. So one of the things that I like to do is freeze frame. So from our chillaxin pose, what I'll do is I'll extend my elbows and extend my leg, and I'll try to hold it to one side. And like we're going to have momentum, right? So it's going to be hard to hold. But just play with it a little bit and see if it feels good to stretch and expand. So you can sync up, or you can just have your own flow. You have just enough room, but be careful of your buddies around you. Is that kind of fun? Beautiful, guys. Awesome. So how about if I do another video of us all as we practice that sequence again? Would you be okay with that? Yes. It looked really good yesterday. So as long as it doesn't rain, I'm actually going to open up the door and get everybody. This is the first time I've had this swing here, so when I put the video down there, I was like, what's wrong? I can't figure it out. It was so close to me. Amy and I were talking about putting it outside. So let's try it.